The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the March 25th, the fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we'll go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. And more important than that, and that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on it at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, hey, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead and send me an email. Send it early. Send it to steve@tfnn.com. And inside that subject heading, if you would be kind enough to put radio show question, of course, in our Tiger's Den. Well, any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we've got the mixed bag out here. You've got the Dow trading up 11 points, which is basically flat, and the S&P off 2 points, basically flat. NASDAQ is not flat. It's down 116. The Russell's off 4. Semis are off 40. Semis are leading the charge dollar-wise to the downside, off 1%. You've got the trannies off 0.5% or 70 points. Gold is off $6, trading out at $19.55. Silver's down 28 cents, a little over 1%. $25.63 is the print there. Light sweet crude is up a buck, $113.34. Natural gas up 10 cents. She trading out at $5.54, and the 30-year Treasury down 2 points and 11 ticks, trading down at $147, suggesting that it wants lower price. Leading the charge dollar-wise, the upside is Dexcom up $11, so no big movers out there. Kutera Inc. up 16%, not bad. BRP Burp Technology is up $7 or 10%, and to the downside, it's Mercado Libre off $74, 6%. Shopify 29, 4%. EPAM Systems 10% or 27. Monday on a Friday, not doing too well. It's off 13% or $21.54. So let's begin. Where do we want to begin? We want to begin, let's see, Johnny's got a request out here. Johnny, we'll get to that, absolutely, in just a moment. Let's do this first here, because we got a couple requests for what you were looking for, Johnny. And let's just go take a look at what's going on inside the general markets, just kind of get a view there. So we're going to go ahead and change screens. We'll change to the white background screen, so it'll be here momentarily. We're going to see the daily time frame for the 4 different equity future contracts. So you've got the ES Mini in the upper left. Price is taken out yesterday's high. This is bar number 8 of a TD9 count. So you could have a TD9 count top. Now, this is occurring right at TD9 count breakdown resistance. So we could have a top that actually takes place today. Now, the confirmation of that would not take place until Monday. And actually, in order for the ES Mini to generate a TD9 count top on Monday, price must close above 45.0575, and we're at 45.08. So for this TD9 count to occur out here, there's not going to be much price movement. There could be price movement today to the downside, but it would really be Friday's close that would need to see a close above that level. If we get that, then you've got a TD9 count taking place right at prior resistance level, the breakdown resistance level. So that's something we want to watch for. The same pattern is in place for the NQ. The NQ will go ahead and form bar number 8 today. It's at the top of the even though the NQ has a new profile out there, we got different profiles for the different tools that I use. The Ninja Trader charts, the white background charts, have still not picked up that new profile. Doesn't matter. It's right near the TD9 count breakdown resistance level, as well as the top of the profile that we're looking at on the white background chart. But in order for bar number 9 to complete, and that's the key here on Friday, price is going to have to close above 14,654.50 out there. And in the case of the Dow, it already has a TD9 count. That took place 2 days ago. Doesn't matter that today spiked that high. It would be a close above today's high, which is at 34,792. So it needs to continue to not close above that level today, tomorrow meaning Monday out there, in order for then to have 3 TD9 count tops. We don't have that inside the Russell 2000. Instead, inside the Russell 2000, what you have is that consolidation pattern, with price getting up to the top of the consolidation. So as we speak right now, it looks like we could have a TD9 count set of tops that would be in place for the ES, the NQ, and the Dow. We won't know that until the end of business on Monday out here. And then we could see a push lower. Now, that push lower could be either into these oscillator and change line levels. You can see right now that's printed at 43.80 in the ES, 14.052 in the NQ, and the Dow would be in the 33.906 range out there. So that could be one level. The other level could be, and we'll go back to the black background screens now, could be the profile levels, could be the bottom of the profiles, could be top of profiles, but let's just go take a look at what those levels are. And for that, we'll just simply go to this chart. You're used to seeing this chart in the past. Here you've got all 4 equity future contracts that you're looking at. You do see the new profiles that are in place out here for all 4 equity future contracts. So another possible price target. So we looked at the ES Mini, 43.80 was its potential level. 43.22 is the bottom of the daily profile. Inside the NQ, the oscillator and change on about 14.051. The bottom of its daily profile, 13.991. So that all makes sense. The Dow, the bottom of its profile is 33.906. That's basically where the oscillator and change line is as we speak right now. So all of that's logical. And in the case of the Russell 2000, the pullback could be to the 2022 level, which is really right in line with what we looked at for its oscillator and change line. So the pullback may not be significant. We don't know. We don't know if those levels will hold, but that would really be what the patterns would suggest to us if we get those confirmed TD9 count tops and ES, NQ, and Dow come Monday. Now, another question might be, when will we know whether we even have a confirmation of a potential change in trend? And that's a great question out there. And I know that everybody was asking that, and that's why I know there was a great question. The answer to that question, for me, comes from doing a study. And it's a study of really coming off of a bottom, which we did here March 15th. That is when the NQ, we've got the ES mini chart up on our screen. That's when the NQ went ahead and generated its second bottom signal, which was our third bottom signal, Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom out there. So what I do is I go through different time frames for instruments, and I look to see which instrument and which time frame has been the best at identifying those by the what kind of dips out there. And what we look for here, so what I've come up with for the ES Mini, and the ES Mini is one that's giving us the clearest of all signals out here, is this 30-minute time frame. And those by the dip levels are the TD9 count breakout areas. Those are the red horizontal lines coming off our screen. We can see that the first time that a TD9 count breakout level was tested, looked like price was careening to the downside, which it was. This is back at about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon of March the 16th. All that was taking place there was a test of the breakout level. The next time we saw a breakout level being tested as price was moving lower was at about 1:30 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This was on the trading session of March 21st. Again, nothing more than a pullback to support out here. So the next level of support as we speak right now on a 30-minute time frame for the ES Mini, it's either the buy the dip level, that's 44.5175, or if price closing below that, then I would say we've got some type of change in trend that takes us back to, that 43.80 level. This would be a close below 44.51. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We get back to this break. We'll go take a look at Tilray and the pot stocks. Be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we've got a question from Johnny D in the Tiger's Den. Not Jimmy D. Sorry about that, Jimmy. I had sent you a private message. I think that was from you. And so Johnny wants to take a look at Tilray. Says, I'm long from 670. Would you give some resistance points? So we will. And then Nicholas A. writes in. And he says, good afternoon, Steve. Happy Friday to you. Back at you. Going forward, which technicals seem stronger? ACB, Aurora Cannabis, or Tilray? So we'll go take a look at that as well. First, let's just start out by taking a look at Tilray. And when we take a look at Tilray, Johnny's already answered the question. His question was, specifically, would you give resistance points? So in looking at these charts here, what's the resistance point that you would provide to answer that question? Just look at this chart. And here, focus on the center panel of the chart out there. And you're exactly correct. What you picked up on is you knew exactly where the sellers were hanging out. And they were between the levels of 776 and 825. The actual high that we've seen intra-session today is 835. That's been knocked down. Why has that been knocked down? Because the sellers are there. Now, look, you've got big volume that has come in today. Doesn't matter. You know where the sellers are at. Now, I'm not saying that price can't take that out, but if you're wondering why did price stop where it did in the 825-ish range, it's because of that bearish structured weekly profile, and that's the level that price would need to move across. So you asked for resistance out there, but I think you want more, or certainly Nicholas A. would want more. And his question was, which one looks better, Tilray or ACB out there? So to do that, we're going to have to do some more work. But let's just to finish off this Tilray, just focused on Tilray here for a moment. Why won't this let me change my screen? Wow. So that's a bummer if we have trouble doing that. Change windows. That could really be a problem for Stevie here. if I can't share my screen. My apology, folks. I'm at the behest of the software that we're using here, this Discord software, and it's not letting me do that. Now, that is a bummer. I don't have a game plan B here for that. So what's Stevie going to do? Let me try this one more time out here. Change screens. And it's locking up. And so, Mr. Bill, you were having that same problem. I was hoping that a host here would not run into that. So, shoot. Okay, so we have to go with game plan B out here. So I'm just going to have to look at those screens to see if I can find anything. I can't. Son of a gun. Okay, so what we're going to do with here is... let me revert back to some other area. So I think I can do this here. My apology for taking some time, folks, but hey, everything's happening for us. I've just got to figure out what that force is at the moment. So, wow, and this is tied up too. I'm not sure what's going on with the system here. So when we do get to break, which is about 5 minutes, I'm going to have to reboot a couple of things. Well, let me just take a look at ACB. We'll just use what we've got right now, and it's the black background screen. And the problem is that Nick has asked me, technically speaking, which one looks better. And I'd really want to be able to, with each of you, take a look at things side by side. And so not being able to do this, we're taking a look at Aurora Cannabis out here. And so we know that in the case of Tilray was the weekly chart that was showing up as resistance. You've got really, in essence, a similar type of resistance. It's not as narrow of a bearish structured profile on the weekly, but it still is bearish structured. So your resistance here is $4.70 out here. So both have held those levels. Actually, it's not even gotten up to that price area. What I believe is, oh, good, I do actually have ACB up on one of my other screens. So I believe that it's the same case here for both you guys, Johnny and Nicholas, is that today is going to mark bar number 7 of a TD9 count. And so you could see a TD9 count top in the case of Aurora Cannabis that forms between Monday and Wednesday of next week as price is moving up into its TD9 count breakdown level, 472. And should that occur, we don't know if it will or it won't, but should that occur, should we get that pattern out there, what you and I would expect is some type of retracement. Now, typically the retracement, when you confirm a top or a bottom in any instrument for whatever the time frame, the ideal target is its oscillator and change line. In this case here, I would say the ideal target would be a pullback to 374. You're at 454 right now. So we can't make that call until we see what pattern completes out here. But knowing that we're in bar number 7, is this something that I would chase, which is really, I guess, the question out there? And the answer is no. It is not something that I would chase at this moment. Now, real quickly, TLRY, I'm going to see if I can fire this up on just one chart. I just want to confirm it. Yeah, today is also going to become bar number 7 for Tilray out here. What I was going to try to do for us was I have the ability to go take a look at all of the components. So I actually like Tilray better because Tilray was able to take out the 695 level, Nicholas. That was its TD9 count breakdown resistance. So it's possible that old resistance could become new support. So I like this one better at this stage here. But my suggestion is no, you're not going to go, knowing that we could have a TD9 count topping pattern form early next week. And now would not be the time to try to jump on board and pick up on this, especially knowing that those weekly profiles held as resistance. So I hope that helps you out. Again, trying to change windows here just to see if I can get back there. And dang if I can't. I wonder if it's anything else that I'm doing. What else could it be? Change screens. I'm going to try this one more time. My apology, folks. I like to have a little bit smooth running show out here and be able to provide you guys with the information you're looking for. And right now I'm a little bit hamstrung. Okay, so it is what it is. During the break, I'll try to repair that. Let's go to our next question out here. This one coming in from Tim. Oh, geez, Tim. You want to take a look at a good entry point for MP. And really what I need for that is my 8-panel set of charts out here. And I really need to know where we're at with MP. Well, let me get that going on at least the weekly and the 30-minute time frame. So MP is Materials Corp. And the specific question from Tim is, could you please take a look at it? We are. Looking for a good entry point on a pullback after its huge run up. So what we want to understand is where's this at with regard to any potential topping signals. Trading by the daily and weekly profiles out there, so that's good. The question is, what is it doing? Well, today's going to become bar number 7 of a TD9 count. You can see the A to B equals C to the upside. You don't have a bearish reversal candle or anything, but because you're so close. So your question was, where is an entry point on a pullback? That's going to be at 48.79 or thereabouts. That's the green oscillator and change line. So I'd say between 48.46 and 48.79. That's take a look at the daily time frame chart. Real quick, looking at the 30-minute chart, price did form a Rhodes momentum indicator top. And so this is pulling back, and right now pulling back into support, which is 53.27. So if MP is able to close below 53.27, and I'm not saying that it is. In fact, here again, kind of a 30-minute set of charts. I think I've only got one. There's only one TD9 count pattern out here. But one thing that you can notice is that on its run-up from its lows back in March the 15th as well, that the bottom of its profile levels have held their support. So that says if you were to see two consecutive closes below 53.27, then you would have at least a change in trend, or it would appear to be a change in trend and a move to the downside. Otherwise, on a short-term basis, 53.27 is your buy the dip point out there. But again, on the oh, that's really weird. My Discord just died. Okay, we're going to cancel out of that. We're going to try to get all this fixed during this breakout here. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're back in business. Thank goodness here. So you should be looking at the 8-panel set of charts out here, MP, which is the symbol that Tim was writing about. So now, Tim, I've got a clearer view of what's going on, as do you. And if you look at the 4 bottom panel charts out here, you're going to see topping signals across each of them. The 130-minute chart as an example, wave number 7, letter G. Price is pulling back and testing its key level of support, which is this green oscillator and change line. Price hasn't been below that or closed below that for quite some time. So it closed below 53.44. Now this bar here is going to complete at 150. So you've got another 20 minutes out there. If price were to close below that, that says lower price. Now, lower price could be anywhere from 45.84 to 49.36. You have a confirmed wave number 7, letter G, and Rhodes momentum indicator top for the 65-minute chart. Price is testing support. It's the bottom of the profile. The bottom of the profile is out at 53.41. You close below that, that says lower price. Could even take you back to 43.53. The 30-minute chart has a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Price is testing support. We talked about the bottom of that profile being important. That bottom again is 53.27. And even the 15-minute chart is doing something it hasn't done since it came off of the bottom, which is which has closed below a breakout level, even though it's a 15-minute chart. Now, look, I don't hang my hat a ton on the 15-minute chart, but everything here is signal. We've got price pulling back to support with respect to the 15-minute chart, which broke through support, and this is suggesting lower price. Now, what this might really be signaling to you, Tim, is that we won't get to a TD9 count. We don't know whether we will or we won't at this stage here, only bar number 7. So I'm going to re-answer your question with regard to where's the entry point. At this stage in looking at this, I'm targeting that 48.75-ish range, which is the current green oscillator and change line for the daily time frame. If price pulls back, that number is going to fall down a bit, and you'd watch the 48.46 level. So glad to have helped you. I hope that that does help you. And now we've got just simply a better view. And real quickly here, we'll do the same thing. Let me put up Tilray just to get a larger view of this out here, and potentially where a buy point is on should this pull back. And it may not have changed much. And, what I don't have here, what we don't have here, is any kind of topping pattern for the intraday chart. So it's much easier for you and I to take a look at MP. I'm going to assume that we've got the same kind of setup here for ACB. So let's go ahead and put Aurora Cannabis out there. So the short-term timeframes are not signaling that there's any kind of impending pullback or retracement that's going to take place. And so back to the ACB or Tilray, it's going to be those TD9 count patterns that we'll look to see if those form, early next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, something along those lines, to then give you an area to pull back out there. So, yeah, I don't see anything on the really on the short-term time frames that suggest much caution out there. So, Tim, Nicholas, Johnny, D, I hope that helps you out. Let's go to our next question. This one coming in from David in Tomball, Texas. And David wants to take a look at ticker symbol AROC, A-R-O-C out there. And that is Arch Rock, Inc. Arch Rock is an energy infrastructure company with a focus on midstream natural gas compression that pays a 6% dividend. You'd like to know about support and resistance levels and the oscillator and change on the daily and weekly charts at a time. Please do your analysis on Williams Company as well. So, wait a minute. We may have a caller here, and if we've got a caller, we do. So what we'll do here, David, I'm going to keep your question out there, and we have call-ahead seating. And that means we're going to go out to Brent in Martinez, California. Hey, Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Doing well, Steve. How are you?
I am doing excellent. Thanks so much for asking. What do you have in store for your weekend?
Oh, just enjoying some time with my wife. She works all week. She's a elementary school teacher, so she's very busy during the week, and so that's the time we get to have together. So I'm sure we'll do something, cool, enjoyable, and we have nice weather. So
that's
whatever
good.
it happens to be.
Good. Glad to hear it. And you're calling about Conformis Inc. CFMS is the ticker symbol. And remind me again. So what are you doing with this? How can I best help you?
We've talked about this. This is a stock I just kind of trade in and out of. I really like to buy it down where it got down to like the 50, 60 cent range.
Yes.
If you look on probably the weekly, it went back and it tested the March 2020 low, and so that's the area that I bought it. And then I try to just, it often will go up to, in the dollar, and last time I went to about $1.90, so there's enough room in it and it's an inexpensive stock, so you can buy a fair amount of shares, and then I usually buy 10,000 shares and then just ride it up to there and then sell it.
Okay. So here's the deal with regard to, as I see it, with regard to Conformis. And that is that the weekly chart, which was a bullish structured profile, there were more than 2 consecutive closes below the bottom of that. That second consecutive close below the bottom of the profile, which was 70 cents, took place the week that began January 31st, 2022. Now, Brett, what we don't know is whether this is just a counter trend rally or not. What we do know is that if it is a counter trend rally, the price will stop and not be able to close above 75 cents. We're trading at 74 right now. And the reason is that once you close below the bottom of a bullish structured profile, if it is only a counter trend move, and I'm not saying that that's it, I don't know. But what I do know is if it is a counter trend move, that is where price will find resistance. So what that really says to us is we got to go take a look at the daily time frame chart, see if there's any kind of signals there. On the daily chart, we see a B point of a potential A to B equals CD pattern that was from March 10th. That high was 72 cents, and the volume there was 485 million shares. At 136, we're at 446. So you have a confirmed A to B equals CD to the upside. That would give you a price projection, an initial price projection, meaning the one-to-one price projection would take us up to 78 cents. And 78 cents would get us above a descending trend line on the daily time frame as well. 78 cents obviously would take us above the center of that weekly profile. And then that would say you should see a run to 86 cents, which is the top of the weekly profile. Let me make sure you're looking at, you're looking at the white background charts. My apology. Let me do this here. Sorry about that, Brent, because it's very clear to see on the black chart. So, and I'm sure everybody was saying, Stevie, what are you looking at? There we go. So now you can see that weekly chart. You can see that bullish structured profile in that 75 cent level. You can also see on the left-hand panel the A to B equals CD pattern that's been drawn in there. So, Brent, now that I've done that, or given you that dissertation, where do we go from here?
No, that's very helpful, Steve. That's, I knew there would be some areas of resistance to be watching above, and that's what you end up giving me.
Yeah. Okay, so then the last and final resistance level I'll give you to the upside is that 80 cent area. That's the TD9 count breakdown level on the daily time frame, and if you can close above that, that would be a bullish outcome. So we just don't know. The daily time frame seems to indicate to me, because it's got the volume above that B point, it may not be this week, but that we should see this at least go ahead and complete that pattern and move up into that 85 cent level. And if it does that, then it seems like you're going to get to 86 cents. So the question becomes, what happens there? And at that stage, so it completes the A to B equals CD, it gets up to the resistance level, and if you get a bearish reversal candle, then that would suggest that you have a Gartley sell pattern. So that's what I see as I take a look at Conformis. Is there anything else that I can provide to you, Brent?
And then it looks like you did have, I saw a bottoming pattern with where I bought there, when it did that test. It looks like you had something on the white background chart on the daily, that there was at least the RMI bottom there, and then I don't know if you had anything else at that point.
There was that RMI bottom. It actually took place, the actual bottom itself had taken place earlier. Give me a second here to see if this will increase. So the actual Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom was confirmed back here in wave number 7. Well, they actually even had a wave number 7 pattern on the February 24th. But yeah, you've got the confirmed bottom, which has really just been in a sideways-ish consolidation. So close above that 80 cents is what you're looking for, Brent. Okay?
All right. Have a great weekend, Steve. Thanks so much.
You too, and enjoy the time with your wife out there. That was Brent in Martinez, California. We'll be back in just a few, folks.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. So now let's get to David's request, which would take a look at Anchorage Energy, AROC is the ticker symbol. Let's answer specific questions. Where's resistance? The only resistance level that I've got that easily sticks out is on the monthly chart, which is the top of its monthly profile, which is 1080. I do see another level of resistance on the weekly time frame, and in the weekly time frame would be its TD9 count breakdown level at 973. Support 854 right now. That happens to be the weekly green oscillator and change line. It does look like price will go target at 973 level. We don't have any indication to suggest otherwise. The daily time frame says, well, hold on to your horses here. You've got a confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Price is trading into this swing point out here for March 8th, and it's doing it with much lighter volume. You're in it today with 452,000. That swing point for March the 8th has 1.3 million shares. Nonetheless, price above the top of its daily profile and its green oscillator and change line. It should still try to go target and hit the swing point high from March the 9th. Support here is going to be the top of that daily profile and oscillator and change line. That's in the 902 level out there. So I believe that answers David's questions with regard to AROC out there. And he had a second request, which we are certainly going to honor. That is WMB. Weapons of mass, I don't know what the B would stand for. Luckily, it must not be a weapons of mass of anything. But it does stand for Williams Company. That much we do know. And so I think you're looking for the same types of things out here. Where the weekly has a confirmed TD9 count top, but price remains above the top of its profile and its green oscillator and change line. So price should go target that area out here. So again, it should go target the highs from March the 11th. As far as support, you'd be looking at between 30, I'd say support would be 29 between the range of 29.94 to 31.61. You have a TD9 count on the daily time frame. You're in bar number 6 as price is moving up on a daily basis for Williams Company. Let me see here, WMB. I'm doing this on my black background screen, even though you're looking at the white. The swing point that is trading into at volume of 11.7, you're in it with 2.8. Boy, you're really pushing into that thing with lighter volume. Nonetheless, on the daily, you're above the top of the profile and oscillator and change line. It may go target that high. That high, by the way, specifically is 34.39. Support is at about 32.90, top of the daily profile, green oscillator and change line. So that's what it looks like when we take a look at WMB. That was Williams and Company, and that was for David in Tomball, Texas. Let me see here. I think there's a number of questions. Let me just try to get through the trash here, clean that out, and then see how many questions we actually have. There we go. Like this, little housekeeping so I can see where we're at. And now we take a look at, we've got 2, 4, 5, 6. Stevie's got to get his act together here. So Hector wants to take a look at the XLF. Let's take a look at the XLF. I'm probably not even going to read the questions out here, so to speak. You're asking about the monthly chart. Is it screaming at us? The monthly chart, is it screaming at us? So let's get up there. The only scream that I see out here is that you've still got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top on the monthly basis, and that gives you a neutral signal because price is above the top of the monthly profile and its oscillator and change line. But otherwise, I don't see anything that's really screaming at us just yet. It does suggest that it wants to move higher, but not screaming at us like, hey, this is time to celebrate. I'm headed to the moon out here. So that's what I see on a monthly basis, Hector, which is what you were asking for. So hope you and Patty have a fantastic weekend. Rich writes in, and Rich wants to take a look at AFRM. Rich actually has 2 requests out here. SoFi is another one. And looking at, looks like for good buying opportunities on a pullback. So as we take a look at AFRM, I'm just waiting for these charts here to complete and pop, which they've done now. So what do we have? What do we have out here? Why did price run into resistance where it did? You know what? To answer that question, I actually have to change screens for you. Or you can just trust me. That's always fine. You can trust me. But I don't like you to just trust me. I like to actually show you the reasons why. So when we take a look at Affirm Holdings, you can see this huge slew of descending trend line resistance levels where it's trading into. So that's you're into resistance. Where would be support? You only see 2 profiles out here on a daily basis because the center is at the bottom at 2720. So I would say with regard to this, you'd be looking at a entry area, potentially, into the 37.78. Could even be as low as 33.24, the daily oscillator and change line. Now, I'm just looking at the intraday charts, and the 65 minutes is one that's got the topping pattern. So let's go change back here. Just take a moment to do that, and we'll expand out the 65-minute chart because what is it signaling to us? So you can see the TD9 count, Rhodes Momentum Indicator top that formed. Price is broken through the bottom of the profile. It is broken through its breakout level, 41.63. Its next downside target out here, Rich, should be 39.51. Ideally, what you'd like to see is some kind of bottoming pattern that occurs on a 65-minute time frame that could then trigger you into a long position inside of a firm. So you're definitely doing some bottom fishing here. No bottom signal for the weekly. You know, the weekly probably has a buy the D point out here, and that was confirmed with last week's bullish engulfing candle. So yeah, it's got to buy the D point. Your resistance level there is at 50.80. So Rich, I do hope that helps out. I know I'm going to take a look at SoFi as well. I'll try to get back to that if I can. Let me get to Michael K's request, which is to take a look at XOP and UNG. So with regard to XOP, let's put that up on the screen here. And as far as UNG, Mike in Niagara Falls, you have. You say you can't call it a show because you already called Larry's show this morning? No, you can call my show anytime. I don't care if you called me every single day. So no, Stevie has no. You call anybody, okay? This is really, I don't care how many times somebody calls. If you were to call twice in a day, if you've got a question, if you're taking your time to spend it with me, and look, email is fine, which we're taking a look at XOP, and your questions are, can I show the TAS market profiles for UNG and XOP? So with regard to XOP, you're trading above all profile levels. On a monthly basis, your bar number 8 says you could form a top between now and the next couple of months. You've got you got the wave number 7 in place here for the weekly time frame chart, but you still need to be a lower high next week out there. So otherwise, this looks pretty good. Looks like 176 might be its price target, XOP that is. You're above profiles on the daily time frame at its oscillator and change line. You do have wave number 7. You are in bar number 6 out here. So everything actually looks pretty good. I don't see a whole lot to be concerned with regard to XOP. I'll give it to you for UNG. It's going to be easier for me to just go to UNG on the black background charts out here. We're going to change screens here momentarily. Then you'll be able to have those, Michael. For it, of course, what I would be suggesting that you do is look at natural gas out there. And what I can tell you with regard to natural gas, it's in the May contract out here, and you've got to be careful because, well, you don't have to be careful. You just have to be cognizant of its TD9 count pattern out here. So with regard to UNG, if you're watching this on Tiger TV, I hope you are, Michael, you can see the different profile levels out there. Just look inside those data boxes. That'll show you the top, the bottom, and the the top and the bottom. Now, I'm going to go back for you real quickly here because this is what really should help you. It's not what UNG is doing. It's what are the underlying instruments. I know at least one of the underlying instruments is the May contract. It's probably May and June. But what I want you to notice here is you've got a nice TD9 count pattern on a daily basis. The bar following bar number 9. So, Michael, this does not say, I'm not saying short this. I'm saying to expect and anticipate a pullback. But here's the deal. If on Monday we see it close above today's high in natural gas, no matter what today's high is, that tells you about a strong momentum move to the upside. That would say UNG would be continuing at higher, with its next price target being the top of that monthly profile that you probably wrote down, which is $22.10. So, Michael, thanks so much for writing in. And don't forget, you can call this show any time you want. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Are you looking for a secured investment which pays you on a monthly basis? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be the program for you. The best rate on a 5-year CD in the country right now, according to Bankrate.com, is paying 1% per year or $1,000 per $100,000 invested. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly, on secured, high-value, buildable properties in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment is for 4 years, paying 7% per year or $7,000 per $100,000 invested. Your investment is secured by high-value real estate in St. Petersburg, Florida. Your investment can be anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000. Do you want to make $1,000 per year on $100,000 invested or $7,000 per year on a secured Tiger First mortgage? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be just the program for you. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly. For more information, you can call 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. We're going to do this pretty quick out here. We've got a request to take a look at COP. That's Mimi. Mimi, if we take a look at ConocoPhillips. Now, look, this bottom with wave number 7, that is letter G. That did it on the trading session of December 20th. You're in wave number 7 as we speak right now. Now, that doesn't get confirmed until you have a lower high. You're in bar number 7. So you don't have an issue there. Price above the top of its profile, green oscillator chain line. It should continue to move higher. Just be cognizant of both the Rhodes momentum indicator signal that's present. You could get a TD9 count top between Monday and Wednesday of next week, and you're on wave number 7. So this is suggesting to prepare for some type of a pullback out there. But we don't have the signal that is what is going to take place as we speak at the moment. Just be prepared for that come next week. The next question is to take a look at, or request is to take a look at Apple. I'm not sure who this is. I'm not opening up the email just because I'm trying to get this done quickly. But with regard to Apple, today is going to become bar number 8 of a TD9 count. So much like we took a look at the NQ. This says you could see a top, short-term top at least, between today and Tuesday of next week out there. How will we get a confirmation of that? We'll see that on a 30-minute time frame chart, such as the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top that is present right now. But then we would see price breakthrough support levels. That hasn't happened. 172.15 is the minimum level of support Apple would have to break through. So it does look like it wants to continue head higher. But again, this is suggesting a top could form between today and Tuesday. The next question was to take a look at SoFi. We wanted to take a look at SoFi out here. SoFi was... what's this doing? So you've got a, what do we have? I don't have anything. Oh, I got wave number 7 as a bottom pattern. But price is below the bottom of its profile, so this may pull back to 867 and below that, back to its recent lows. And then the last question it looks like we have time for, back to MP. There was another question that came in. Somebody was stopped out. The question was, where was the time? When should they get in? I think it was a 65-minute chart that we were looking at, but let me just, do I have? Oh, I don't have. I think we took a look at this out here. Maybe the question came in afterwards. If not, go back and rewind the archive of this. It'll probably be posted in about an hour, and it should answer your question with regard to ticker symbol MP. Folks, stay tuned. Your favorite polar bear is up next. David White after that, the Tom O'Brien Show. I'll see you. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you on Magnificent Monday. Take care, folks.